Hey guys, this is AC Locke here with Just for the Heck of It right now. Sitting here on the back porch here at Casa del Locke here and just enjoying this awesome Florida weather. I've been spending the morning catching up on social media, on emails and things like that, and I noticed a huge topic, no surprise to anybody, is the fact that labor and finding people to work for you right now is very, very difficult. And so I want to share with you a few thoughts about that and why it's often been very very easy for me in the past. I'm going to share with you a technique on how to evaluate the value of talent because I think I have a great understanding of the value of talent, what it means to your company, and how to set your prices so that you can afford the people that you need to hire to be able to work for you. Well, first of all, I, I've for over 20 years now have had turnkey businesses that I didn't have to work in every day, businesses where I could go fishing 150 days a year, businesses where I've always hired up and hired great people to run these businesses for me and paid them very, very, very well. And I think that's the reason why we have very little turnover in our businesses. And when people do leave, they're leaving for incredible opportunities that even I can't match the pay. And then we just celebrate those situations. And just understand you can't have people working for you forever. These are not forever jobs that they have. And so let me just share a few things with you. You've probably heard of the book Profit First. If you haven't, you need to get it. And the Profit First book talks about turning your financial model upside down in that general accounting practices, GAAP, which is what accountants use. The general understanding is that you take your income minus your expenses equals your profit. And that's the way most people operate. The Profit First book takes and swaps that around and says income minus your profit equals your expenses. And you put your company basically on a diet and force the company to operate on the expense money that's left over after you take your profit first. Well, so I want to add a paradigm to that. Just add something to that for you guys to think about. The usual typical service business, especially here in the United States, the labor is 50 cents on the dollar. And the reason why that is because, like for my business, one of my businesses that you guys know about is Soft Wash Systems, and we sell roof and exterior cleaning. And I can't walk up to the shelf in our shop and pull off a box of roof cleaning and then sell it to the customer and say, "Here's your box of roof cleaning," because it's not a product like that. It's a service. So whenever you have a service business, you're not selling a product, you're selling labor and you're reselling the people that you get. So if you're struggling in your business, if you're struggling with customer care and quality assurance and retaining customers, it's because your product sucks and your product is your people and your people are not good. They're not really honoring your company. So you have to pay up to get the very, very best. And a lot of us will say, you see, I just can't afford that. I can't afford to pay the kind of rates to attract people nowadays. So I'm just going to become an owner operator. I'm just going to work out of my truck every day. And that's all fine and dandy. But what happens if you break your leg? What happens if you get in a car wreck? What happens if you get to be 51, 52 years old like me and you're as good as you once was, you know, but you're not as good every single day as you once were? It can be a challenge for sure to then maintain that company when everything's on your back. So you have to hire people if you're going to grow your company. So remember, profit first. It's your actual income minus your profit first equals your expenses. Well, in a service business, your expenses, 50 cents on the dollar goes to payroll. That's your technicians, that's your salespeople and their commissions, that's your administrative and operations staff. It's 50 cents on the dollar. If you go over 50 cents on the dollar, you're violating a basic principle of a service business and you're stealing from your profit. So, if you want to have a 20% net profit in your business and you want to have a 50% payroll, then you're going to take 70 cents off of every dollar right off the top, and you have to operate the entire rest of the business: truck payments, chemicals, rent, electricity, computers, any of the other expenses in your business, insurance. You have to operate on that 30 cents on the dollar. And if you can't operate it on the 30 cents on the dollar, there's only two things you can do. You can either reduce your expenses and try to find things cheaper. Good luck right now. Or you can raise your prices. Okay? So we understand that. Well, with payroll, it's exactly the same way. If you can't afford to enter the labor market right now and compete for the employees and pay them what they're now worth, I think it's crazy what people are asking for. But roof cleaners, we're going to have to start paying roof cleaners 60 and $70,000 a year to get decent quality people where we can compete against the government that's going to pay them $45,000 a year tax free. So for them to make a little more than that $45,000 a year tax free and clear after taxes and everything that dollar amount, you have to pay them $60 to $70,000 a year. So a lot of you right now are saying, I can't afford a carpet cleaning tech. I can't afford a landscaper. I can't afford a pool tech. I can't afford these people for $60 to $70,000 a year. Yes, you can, because you're going to raise your prices. And the reason why my businesses have always done very well and have been very profitable, and I've had a wonderful lifestyle because of it, is because the very first expense I take into consideration when building my companies is that payroll expense and what it's going to cost me to attract the absolute best people to work for me. Because I know if I've got the best people working for me, then I'm going to have a wonderful turnkey business. I'll be able to enjoy my life and do the things that I love to do in my business. But also, too, it will run without me micromanaging it. Okay? So that means raising your prices, finding your people, picking your salaries, doing an org chart. Do an org chart of every position in your company and write the number down that you think it's going to take to attract the right person to those positions. It's going to be tough because things are getting out of hand and inflation is rampant right now. Your customers will understand. You will not lose as many customers as you think. I'm challenging you. Do it. Take your profit first, take your payroll first, force the company to live on what's left over, which is usually about 30 cents on the dollar. And if that doesn't work, raise your prices until you have healthy margin in your business. Then you'll be able to afford the great people that you need as we go into these very, very trying economic times. Hey, listen, this isn't just an idea that popped in my head. This is what I do every day. This is what I've been doing for 30 years. I've always had great people working for me, and they understand the relationship that we have together, and they appreciate their jobs because I pay my people very, very well. And you should too. All right? So, guys, this is AC Lockyer. And hey, listen, if this was meaningful to you, if it really, really helped you think about your business, you can look under the hashtag of hashtag just for the heck of it right now here on social media, or you can go to our YouTube channel at ProBizGuide, ProbizGuide, and look at some of the other great just for the heck of it right nows or talks that I have on my YouTube channel. Maybe they'll help you with your business. All right, guys, this is AC Lockyer. Go forth and prosper.